There are seasons in the life of every believer when the brook that once sustained them suddenly dries up. What once seemed stable begins to fade. Opportunities disappear, relationships change, and familiar sources of help seem to vanish. To the natural mind, such seasons appear like abandonment. Yet in the kingdom of God, a dried brook is not necessarily a sign of God's absence. It is often the signal that God is about to shift you into a new phase of his divine plan. Elijah experienced this firsthand as recorded in 1 Kings 17, 7-9. The brook Cherith had been God's appointed place of sustenance, but when its waters ceased to flow, it was heaven's signal that the season had changed. One of the most important spiritual abilities a believer must cultivate is the ability to discern the voice of God. Without spiritual sensitivity, many believers remain praying for God to revive the very thing he has already moved them away from. They cry over closed doors that God himself has shut and remain stationed at dry brooks while the next dimension of provision waits elsewhere. Elijah did not argue with the drought because he had cultivated the discipline of hearing God. The tragedy for many believers is not that God is silent, but that their spiritual ears are dull. When the heart becomes cluttered with noise, distractions, and worldly anxieties, the whisper of God becomes difficult to discern. The Spirit of God is constantly communicating direction, but only those who are spiritually attentive perceive it. Elijah's survival during the famine was not primarily because of the ravens or the widow, it was because he could hear the voice of God. The ravens were simply instruments and the widow was merely a vessel. What truly sustained him was divine instruction. If Elijah had remained at Cherith after the brook dried, he would have died in the very place where he had once been sustained. Beloved, do not anchor your faith to a place when God is calling you to a direction. The same God who provided yesterday has already prepared tomorrow. Your safety lies not in a location, a system, or a routine, but in hearing and obeying the voice of God.